Hello everyone, my name is Captain and welcome to today's episode of MANIAC Engines. Recently I uploaded a video that I managed to make about 600 horsepower from 1 liter of displacement, and Alex actually challenged me in comments that he told me that he made an engine, a V12 with magnesium block running on 90% nitromethane that weighs about 125 kilograms, that was twin turbo, so he managed to make 1411 horsepower. The goal is to beat this, because at the end of the comment he said try beating this. I don't know what displacement he used, so I might not go for the 1 liter because I did a little bit of testing and I could not get more than 1200 from 1 liter of displacement. No matter what, I could not get more than that. So because he didn't mention his displacement and I did not ask him, unfortunately, that was totally on me, I'm gonna go for a little bit higher. I don't know, maybe up to 2 liter if it's necessary. If it's not, then less than that. And I'm gonna be lighter and make more than 1400 horsepower. So what I think is that I have to go for different configuration. I'm gonna use the same inline 3 because that was gonna get me a lot. There was 3 more cylinder, more air, more displacement. That was not gonna work out. So again, I'm gonna go for inline 3. I'm gonna put this one at 94 now, but I'm gonna make it as large as possible, up to 1.5 maybe, and I get 1.5 liter. Now this gives me more torque, and from torque I can make horsepower, but my engine is still over square, so I can rev higher. I'm gonna go for dual overhead camshaft, actually maybe overhead camshaft, because it's lighter and that's what we need to do. It's about 3 kilogram lighter. Aluminum billet race. We do not change the variant. I'm gonna choose, I think I have to choose the steel heavy, because the billet steel light, the light one, is technically somewhat half of the weight of the billet steel heavy, but the torque is also not good. So I'm gonna go for billet steel heavy. Titanium, because they're light and they can handle quite a bit. I'm gonna go for forged, not forged light, forged regular forged, counterweight all the way down, because we need it to be lightweight again, quality all the way up. And what's that? Oh, you can see combustion from here. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. I did not know that. I thought that you have to do this or remove the head to see the combustion. That's cool. You can see it. Yeah, opening and closing the valve. That is cool. I like that. Anyway, we need to maybe 7 to 1 to run higher boost. Amplifier all the way up. Valve spring maybe 80 for now. This at 1100 for now. Variable valve, no, we don't need that because that makes it heavy. That's 1 kilogram, but we don't need that. It's not gonna make a lot of horsepower. It's not gonna be any super crazy difference. We again gonna go for supercharged, or I should say procharged, supercharged centrifugal, but this time we're gonna set this to about 11. I'll change it later, okay? And set the size to maybe 110 for now. Quality all the way up. And do we need the bypass? I mean, yeah, it's a cool feature to have, and it's not gonna add any weight to it. And the intercooler, we needed maybe that's too much, maybe 1600, about 700, 1700. So we go for the fuel. We go for injection, multi-point, and per cylinder, because that is the lightest one. If you go direct, it's going to be about 10 kilogram, although it is a steel per cylinder. So we go for multi-point per cylinder because it makes it lighter. We do not need direct injection to reach that much horsepower. It's fine. Plus it makes the valves cleaner. It builds carbon there, how do you say it? Later? No, that's not the right word. What's the word that I'm looking for? It takes more time to build carbon there. And fuel map, 40 for now, because I know I'm gonna use nitromethane because that's the goal, because you cannot about 800 or 900 without nitromethane. On ethanol, I think 800 is the maximum cap for the 1.5 liter. Advancing all the way up, quality all the way up. I'm gonna get a warning for being too much advanced, but it's okay, no problem. Nitromethane 90%. That's what he used. I'm gonna use that one. I'm gonna go for race, obviously. Manifold, slightly larger for 6. So let's put it at 60 for now. Maybe actually let's put it on 50. Let's see what happens. Tubular race. I can go for tubular race because it gives me like a little heavier, but makes the headers colder, so I can like reduce the size or do like some, I don't know, maybe magic to make power. Not really magic, it's just math. We're gonna increase this one slightly, maybe up to 95. Let's put the header size there for now. We don't need the cattle, we don't need to filter the air. This is not gonna be road legal. We don't need the muffler, we don't need the muffler again. We need the quality all the way up. So what we're experiencing here is that the engine has too much like power. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna first reduce the fuel map to maybe 25 and use stronger things. Now our piston is having a major stroke there, and our connecting rods also, they're having a little bit of hard time because they cannot keep up with the, like, how do you say it, the inertia force, because it is heavy. But now we're making 1500 while being weighted, oh my god, 106. But I'm not gonna settle here. I'm gonna push the limits. That's what I do. That's what I do for living. Speeding maybe a little less, yes, to make a little more horsepower, a little less, come on, maybe not that much, because I can, hold on, if I can increase more boost, then I do need my valve to be stronger in order to not have like a floating valve, because you do not want that. You do not want to introduce your valves and piston together. Maybe reduce this one and increase the size, because it's gonna give us, we have like engine reliability too low to sell. Why? But it's having a major, oh, there, okay. So we need to do the headers. Headers are extremely busy. We need to increase it. Let's put it on 100. We cannot go higher than that. Maybe decrease the exhaust to help the headers a little, but that will reduce the horsepower because we don't need that. We don't want that. We need the higher horsepower. Slightly larger to let the airflow like move, and manifold plus it's a little hot. 1600.5. So we're gonna come back to turbo. Can we do anything at all? Like, can we go more than 1600? Yes. Oh wait, hold on, we're revving higher, so we don't need exotic like size, do we? Maybe reduce the spoolie ratio but increase the size slightly. Hold on, what if I put it at 10 but increase this one? Okay, maybe that was too much. Maybe I need to like change it. Okay, 1624 horsepower while weighing about 100. I still can like make it heavier, but that's not the point. That's not the goal. Intercooler is fine. Intercooler is having a fantastic life. And can we go higher? Oh, we can actually have a little stiffer, but does that serve anything? It does not. It just revs higher, and that's not something that we like to have. The crank, I think we cannot go for light. I mean, being light is not the problem here. The reliability is. So I kind of really like to have like 1.5 liter, but the fact that these are having a lot of problem because we're making 840 feet-pounds of torque, but the piston can handle only 600 feet-pounds of torque. So that's a little high. I think I can increase the bore to have like maybe 1.6. How much do we weigh? Oh my god, we are still under the 125 kilogram that he said, and we're not using magnesium as well. But the problem is that doesn't help a lot. So maybe I should go bigger in bore but reduce the stroke, because that will reduce the stress of the bottom end, right? 1.8 liter, and we're weighing about 120 kilo, but we're making about, Jesus, 1800. That's a lot, dude. That is a lot. That's like almost a hypercar. I say almost because this might be good for racing, but definitely not for, like, you know, the torque is the problem here, and I have nothing to fix it. If I go lighter, oh, that's just gonna reduce everything. Maybe light, maybe heavier. Does that help? Nope. That just helps with the RPM. That does not help. What am I talking about? These won't affect anything unless reducing the horsepower or torque. That's the problem. We don't need a stronger, we need bigger. But bigger means heavier, so we don't want that. 1.8 liter. I kind of like to go for 2 liter. I really like to go for 2 liter. But I'm gonna stop here here. I'm gonna stop here for now because we are making way more than we need. We're making about 400 more than the requirement. The requirement was 1400, and we're lighter. Remember that we're lighter. We're 7 kilo lighter. We have like 9 piston less than V12 because that's good. However, it is not good. I could go for a different configuration, but for now I'm gonna set it here. Maybe I record another video and I'm gonna go for another like configuration and change it entirely. So 1800 horsepower and 900, dude, LS7 with the not extreme but tuned plus turbos and supercharger, I mean boosted, makes 951 feet-pounds of torque. LS7 7 liter 1.8 liter V8 inline 3-cylinder and single overhead camshaft. I could go for dual overhead camshaft and like reduce a little like valve stress for my valves, but I mean that's crazy. 1800 horsepower from 120 kilo, almost 120 kilo. That is crazy. How does it sound? Probably the same as the before because the configuration is still the same thing and the turbo is still the same thing. Can I optimize something to make a little more power? Maybe actually hit 1800. Sorry, hold on, we're moving the power towards the high end. So more fuel? No, we don't need the fuel. We need less fuel actually. Hold on, actually, but that makes the piston hot, right? So that's not really good. So maybe set it here, reduce the compression ratio a little, which doesn't do anything. It serves, it makes it worse instead of making it better. Maybe stronger lift. Yes, come on, 3 horsepower. Give it to me, come on. 1 horsepower, come on. Yes, 1800. I don't want to blow up the engine though. 1800, come on. I kind of like to have like 10 horsepower, but I don't have that, unfortunately. Come on, and it's something else. Maybe increasing the bore. I don't want to do that because that will reduce the cylinder sizing, the distance between the cylinders. I kind of like the distance between them because I'm having a stroke. Because remove this one. How do you remove this one? Where is it? No, not timing. Remove the valves, because if you have more valve between the cylinders, you can have like water passages here and cool down the block better, because we're making 1800 horsepower. Remember guys, we need to cool down the engine. 1800 is it's so much. It's extremely high. Like 1800 horsepower from how much? From 120 kilo. That is crazy. Look at this. This is not healthy. A heavy piston and even H-beam, even heavier connecting rod, but we do need that. In reality, this might not be possible because there is too much weight on rotating assembly. That was the video, guys. There it is. 1.8 liter inline 3 steel inline 3 single overhead camshaft with 4 valves, weighing 120 kilo, but making 1800 horsepower. 18. So if your car is weighing 170 kilo, what am I talking about? 1700 kilo. That's the right word. 1700 kilo. You will be 1-to-1. One horsepower for 1 kilogram of weight. What I like to see before I end the video, is that gonna help? No. Reducing it? No. So okay, I'm not gonna touch anything else. I'm gonna set it where it is. Just like any beginning has an ending, today's episode has come to an ending. And stay focused, everyone. Stay frosty. Love one another. Help one another if you can. Whenever you can, actually. Not if you can. Whenever you can, help one another. And I guess that's it. Captain signing out from this beast of engine. And see you guys next time.